I use Jupyter notebooks a lot for exploratory work and prototyping, and here are 5 tips that supercharged my workflow and saved me tons of time and effort in my machine learning projects. If you use Python files along with Jupyter notebooks, you will be editing the files as you work. One annoyance I've had in the past is that I had to restart my Jupyter session all over again when I made changes to these files. Using the auto reload magic keyword instead saved me a ton of time. By turning on auto reload, Jupyter re-imports all the modules you are using and ensures that you're using the latest possible versions of code. Additionally, you can also just run these Python files directly in Jupyter using the run magic command as shown. Let's say that you're working with a function or class that you haven't used much and want to learn more about, especially the options and the arguments that it has. A quick way to do this without Googling is to use the question mark symbol next to the object in question. This pops up the documentation right there, and you can explore and learn to your heart's content. One of the best features of Jupyter notebooks is that you can switch between taking notes in Markdown and writing code. A quick way to switch between these two formats is to use the escape key, followed by the M key to switch to Markdown, and to use the Y key to switch back to code. In machine learning, you will encounter equations more often than not, and sometimes it helps to have the equation written out above the code cell that implements it. Here are 2 ways you can write out equations. The first is using the LaTeX magic keyword. This makes the entire cell LaTeX friendly, and you can type out elaborate equations using this approach. The second is to convert the cell into a Markdown cell and then enclose your equation between the 2 dollar signs as shown. If you're like me, then you've had your fair share of accidental deletions you wish you could undo. Control or Command Z only undoes the previous change to the code, but what if you deleted an entire cell by mistake and want to undo that? Fear not, you can recover the lost cell by first pressing the escape key to get into the command mode and then pressing Z to recover your cell. Have you ever wanted to make the same change to multiple lines and find the copy-paste approach too slow? Well, you're in luck. While holding down the Alt key, click on all the spots you want to make the change and then change away. If you have too much code in a cell and want to split it up into 2, press Ctrl or Command, Shift and minus. If you thought that each cell can only print out one item, well, think again. To print out multiple items in a cell, simply add these 2 lines to your Jupyter notebook and then sit back, relax, and then print everything you need in a single cell. Probably not everything you need, but you get the idea. On the other side of the coin, you may want to suppress some output which interferes with what you actually want to display. For example, look at this plot here. There's a bunch of text above it that doesn't add any value to it. To fix this, simply add semicolons after the plot statements and watch those pesky text messages disappear. When you have slow code and want to find out where the bottlenecks are, you can use the time and time it magic keywords. Time gives you information about a single run of the code in the cell, while time it does repeat runs of this code and returns the average. One more thing. If you wondered about an elegant solution for writing, testing, documenting software all inside Jupyter, look no further than NBDev. While going through NBDev in detail is beyond the scope of this video, the creators of this amazing package have made a tutorial video which I will link in the description below. There are definitely many more tips and tricks that can make your Jupyter experience much more faster and smoother. These are the tricks I use regularly in my work. What tricks do you think should be on this list? Post them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, you might like this other one that I posted. Until next time, happy learning.